is that? What is?
I don't know. You ever seen well, no, you probably haven't seen
You
Gladiator.
talking about
You
the
know,
thing
when
where
like
he
walk,
goes?
yeah, where he's like,
Yeah. Well,
but I
was
did
that
the opposite.
was that an actual thing? I think it was, right? Where it was.
I don't know. It's a movie, dude. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. Whatever. Anyways.
Welcome, Cool Ranch Corner, episode 77. Um, it's been 2 weeks since the last episode because of this new schedule, and
Yeah.
quite a lot has happened. As you can see, currently building Theo's new bunk bed that also has like a wraparound desk. So, a lot of work, but we're like halfway done.
Where'd you
Um,
get it from? IKEA? Where's it from?
Amazon, or no,
Oh.
Home Depot. Home Depot.
Oh, the Home Depot. Yeah. That,
Anyways, Home Depot.
Mhm.
Anything new with you?
Uh, I I had a weird incident with my car again. Um, I'm it's starting to die on me, dude. I gotta get out of here so I can get a new car. But so I was driving to work yesterday. So if you're watching this on Sunday, I was driving to work on Friday. But so I was driving to work, but a mile from my actual like job, I get this error that pops up, and I can't see it because I'm turning the volume up on my music. And so I'm like, show me what it says, and it said like, it said turn signal malfunction, change left bulb.
Oh, you got a turn signal bulb out. I've never had that happen
Dude,
before.
well, I'm thinking, oh crap, like how bad is it? And I turned left, turn signal on, it's all like it was faster than normal because it has less resistance because there's only one bulb instead of two. So that whenever you see somebody's turn signal like super fast, it could be because of that. But
Huh.
so I was seeing that, and I'm like, okay, there's two things go through my head. One, how much is a new bulb, and two, I got to get rid of this car. And I pull into work, and then I kind of forget about it as the day goes on, and then I get in my car and I'm thinking, oh crap, I bet you I saw that issue. So I get in, I turn the signal on just for a second to see what happens, and sure enough, it's still doing it. And I pull off site, and I turn right, and I'm just, I'm speeding up, and then I decided to switch lanes because there was some slow poke going 15 below the speed limit, and it fixed itself. Like I was like, what happened? And I think I know what happened. I think I must have hit a pothole and it shook the bulb loose, and then I hit another one and it tightened it. So I think my car's fine. I'm gonna probably double check it. I haven't ever changed a bulb out on a car before though, so I don't.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah,
I can't imagine it's
it's probably
YouTube. You know,
yeah YouTube.
your
Yeah.
car's old enough. Your car's old enough to where you should be able to do it yourself. I know the newer ones, they like purposely make things so you have to take it to a dealer or a mechanic who's like licensed to work on those kind of vehicles.
I feel like
It's
it's not
so
true with all cars,
ridiculous.
is it?
New cars.
Well, I'm saying like all new cars,
Like I like no, not all new cars, but like a lot of them. And then like a lot of things it's like, oh, that's a computer issue. You can't fix that yourself. You know what I mean?
that's dumb.
So yeah, like I can't remember which car brand it was, but it was like BMW or Audi, whatever the hell it's called. People are complaining about they couldn't do oil changes themselves because they like did it a certain way where you had to like it was just like too elaborate. Um, so
Meanwhile, I saw a
yeah,
dude, uh, his his oil filter was like a Pepsi can. I was
I
I was
I was like
what?
I saw a guy. We Bobby and I were going to an appointment. I think we were maybe going to get the keys for our house. I think I forgot to say this because this is like a common occurrence in Albuquerque. You always see like some jalopy or something, right? They're like these landscaper guys driving this old Chevy, like late 80s. And I see black smoke starting to come out from under the car. And I'm like, oh shit, it looks like transmission's about to blow out. And they like rev and like speed up, and then all of a sudden just
Boom.
like their hazards come on. And a bunch of smoke, and I'm like, you fucking blew it out. Like And it pulls over, and I'm like, oh, that sucks.
Well, dude, I remember, and this thing, like, it genuinely freaked me out. So it was back when I was on second shift. I was turning left once again on the way to work, and I see this truck was just like it cut some dude off, right? And the car behind it, like I could tell they were probably mad, right?
Hmm.
Light turns green, truck like just slams on the gas, and I see a bunch of smoke come out the back, and it just all over the car behind them,
Oh.
just like and all I hear is. And like they just started like chasing after the truck. They were all pissed. I was like, "There's no way I just saw that happen in real life." This is.
Yeah.
I hope that it was actually just two people that knew each other and they were just messing with each other. But it was like, it's a little weird. It was a little weird.
Yeah. So you also got a haircut, as we could
Yeah,
see. Nice.
yeah. I needed it.
I know you can't share details, but I saw that you shared in our family chat that your one of your job contracts got renewed for another six
Yeah.
months. So congratulations on
Thank you.
that.
Thank you.
Always great to hear. Um, I guess I'll get into my stuff. First of all, as you can see, got two big shelves now, so looking symmetrical in here. I'm definitely gonna have to get some blackout curtains or something. Like the lighting's great, but it's so inconsistent. Like depending on the time of day.
Yeah.
Um, but again, building furniture. We got a new bed. I'm gonna talk about that kind of stuff in a topic here in a second. Just want to talk about mattresses. It's we should call it like Derek's boring topic of the episode. Mattresses. Am I right?
Washing machines. Need me a speed queen.
Oh gosh, but I told you we got Maytags, right?
Yeah.
I think yeah, they're nice. Anyways, um, what else?
Taxes.
We got a really nice trash can.
Are you being
That's
serious
cool.
right now? You're
Yeah, it was
actually
like
talking about-
250 bucks. It's like
Whoa.
it's a trash can and a recycle bin in one. They're both 13 gallons and they have nice doors and everything. Like it's yeah.
$250
Yeah.
for a trash
Hoping it'll
can.
last like 10 years. Yeah. We're supposed to have housewarming parties. I wanted it to be a big enough trash can so that, you don't have to change it every freaking hour.
So do you have to get like special trash bags for it or what?
No, they're 13-gallon trash bags, but it's like two of them together with like two separate doors, but one receptacle. Like I don't know how to explain
I
it.
heard something about recycling companies don't actually like.
They don't, but we have a recycling and a trash can, so we have to do it here. Oh,
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
I mean that makes it easier, but I bet you I could duct tape two trash cans together and just label one recycling and it'd be fine.
Yeah, but this looks nice. Okay, it matches the rest of the house. Like we have a house now. We can spend money on things that are supposed to last until we move out or get a new house, whatever we do, you know?
Is it like metal?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I could get that.
Like stainless steel. Um, got a new Ninja oven,
Like a toaster
like
oven?
air fryer oven. Yeah, it's a double decker.
Well, oh my
Got two.
god, this guy.
You could cook. You can cook two different things at two completely different temperatures and
I mean,
styles at the same time.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, it's nice for us because if Theo doesn't want to eat salmon
He
or
wants
whatever,
that
we can cook
dino
chicken
nuggies.
tenders and French fries at the
Yeah.
bottom. Yeah.
Dude,
You
speaking
can
of
cook
which,
like a whole chicken in it too. It's cool. But
dude, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I've had Wendy's like 4 times this week, and it's been so good.
I haven't had fast food in like a week.
Well-
I'm like dropping weight seriously right now. So
I've been having a lot of fast food because I don't know when I'm moving yet, and I don't want to get groceries.
I
and
get
have to
that.
Be like, oh, next week you're moving, like.
yeah, we were like that. I was like, okay, we're not buying groceries anymore. I'm gonna be a fat piece of shit. I don't care. You know what I mean? I'll lose it when we move in. And I have. I'm back to where I was, so it's great. But I'm pushing it. I'm gonna lose this last 10 pounds and then try to maintain that. And I've never done that before, so
Dude, I
it's
found
gonna be
out
interesting.
Jersey Mike's. If you get a giant sub from there, it's like 1,500 calories. I was like, is that really like? Sometimes I only eat that like the whole day. That's all I'll eat. So essentially, yeah, like there's days where I'm below 200 or 200 2,000 calories. I was like, no wonder I don't gain weight.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I was telling Ben last night because Ben lost a bunch of weight too. For people who are listening, I'm talking about the co-director of Boil Logo. He's actually coming to visit at the end of the month. We're gonna do a housewarming party, and he'll be here for that because it's gonna be mostly filmmakers, so that's gonna be awesome. Um, Probably gonna start sending out invitations for that on like Monday, so that people have adequate time to plan. But I was telling him I'm doing this new thing. So I already do intermittent fasting, right? So that I can push my calories to later in the day and it doesn't feel like I'm dieting as much. I found a new strategy on top of that called protein modified fasting. And so what that is for you nerds out there who probably don't care still, uh, so I'm eating 3 days a week, 1,000 calories of just like protein and some fat. So it's like protein shakes, chicken breast. Like I last night I had like a chicken salad. It was like a chicken Caesar salad with like this skinny girl Caesar dressing that's like 10 calories. Like it's not fun, but it doesn't feel like I'm dieting because the other 4 days I'm eating like 2,200 calories, and so it keeps my metabolism where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to spare muscle while losing fat, and also not lead to diet fatigue because for less than half the week, I am eating strict. The other 4 days, I'm just kind of eating what I want. That's kind of nice. And I haven't been eating out as much either, so I feel like I'm eating food that actually like keeps you full. So,
that's one thing it does suck about
anyways,
fast food. Is it's unless, even if you get like a
it
pizza,
doesn't.
it's
Yeah,
like
I ate like a Big Mac and a large fry, and like 2 hours later, I'm like, I'm hungry again. This is some bullshit.
well,
That was like 1,000 calories.
I dude, like when you get like pizza from like Domino's or whatever, like I know it's kind of a normal thing to just like save it for leftovers and then put it in the microwave and eat it. Like, but dude, I'm gonna be honest. Leftover pizza sucks. I think leftover pizza sucks. Like the only
I
time
I I found a way to heat it in the air
like
fryer that
Papa John's
is
is decent.
pretty good.
Papa John's usually
Yeah.
stays pretty good quality, but like Little Caesars, eh.
You're probably just not heating it up right, because you'll just end up with like it tastes like the day you got it, but like the crust and bottom is a little crispier because you're rebaking it. But
I don't know.
I just put it in the air fryer for 5 minutes at 350, and it's perfect.
The only pizza that I've had where it's pretty consistent, like as leftovers, is Village Inn, and that's because it's not freaking fast food pizza. It's like
Yeah, they actually
actually
make
good
it.
pizza.
Um, we got a breakfast nook table, so we've actually been like sitting down every night and having dinner as a family, which is nice. Theo's still getting used to it because he's never done that before, you know.
Mm.
But it's nice, And then baby Casey's in her little high chair thing. It's like strapped to like a normal chair, and she just sits there and makes a mess every
Also,
night.
it was her birthday recently.
Yeah, she just turned 1. We got her a cookies and cream cake because she loves Oreos, and she got this little like I can't remember what it's called. It's called like a balance bike, like a tricycle, but it's made for them to push with their feet. And she's using that. Mom and dad got her a kitchen, a little play kitchen thing that was like really nice. So that's cool. They got their play area now. Basically, all we need now is a dining table. We want to extend our couch by 2 seats, which we'll probably do next month. And then I want to get a new TV. And the one I'm looking at, we've talked about, is pretty expensive, but I'm gonna do like Best Buy where you get like that 0% interest thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not dropping a bunch of money at once, but I'm gonna try and wait till Memorial Day because that's when the sales are. Hopefully, I can get a good deal.
Yeah. What is it? Like a
Um,
month from now? A month and a half from now? So was it May 17th?
no, I think it's like May 20 something,
Mm. I know it's in May. It's
but
like later in May.
that's probably when we're gonna get our couch too because we got like 40% off by doing that on Memorial Day. So
Mm.
Lots of Memorial Day shopping coming. Anyways, outside of the house updates. Sorry, I don't know why I got like hiccups. It looks like I will know for sure on Monday, but it looks like I'm gonna be directing a short film that I did not write, which is new. Interesting. It's dark. So if you like to play a loco, probably something for you here. It's got an interesting cast, which kind of is part of the reason it intrigued me because it's just like got types of actors that I've never directed before. Like it's got like a female lead, other characters in this like 60s, which is different. Um, and it's got they have a time limit because they're premiering it at a competition, and the competition has a 10-minute time limit. So I'm like, that's new too, to have a time limit. Right now it's 9 pages. I want to get it down to like 8 or 8.5 just to be safe. Um, they're talking. They are paying me. It's a paid gig, which that's awesome, especially in like today's film climate where it feels like nobody's getting work. Right now they're talking about a $9,000 budget. So for a 9-minute film, that's pretty good. You know what I mean? Like nine pages, 9,000. Yeah, it should turn out pretty good. Um, I'm still kind of like tweaking the script with them because there's definitely some things about it that like intrigued me, and I'm trying to hone those in because it's such a short film that I feel like you got to have less detail, and so that's what I'm working on with them. And we're supposed to shoot second weekend of May. Special effects guy from Pollo Locos coming back out, so that's exciting. My cinematographer's on board. My composer for the features on board. So we're gonna kind of treat this like a test run.
Hmm.
So it's mostly at night, and I haven't done really much night shooting.
I'm surprised you
So
guys are doing it at night, because I know like the thing that I've
it's
always
it's
heard
for
is
the story, yeah.
the thing that I've always heard is if they want to make it look like it's nighttime, they'll do it during the day and then color correct it afterwards to
Oh,
like look
that's
blue.
that's a specific kind of night shooting, but that requires like like a special camera and stuff like that. You have to shoot like infrared and stuff like that. We're not doing that.
No, like it was
Um,
literally like I want to say it was Vsauce 3, but it was
yeah, it's
like you
called day for night shooting. Yeah.
you have to use infrared for that. The
If you want
heck?
it to look good. That's what Jordan Peele did. He combined like two different kinds of
Oh
camera
wow.
footage. Yeah, it's a very expensive thing to do. That movie was like 70 million, so we don't have that kind of budget. Um, they were shooting with IMAX cameras too. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Can't really share more yet. But on Monday I should know whether we're greenlit for sure or not, and then it's like into the trenches. Quick turnaround. The competition they're trying to get it into. I think the deadline's June 21st.
Hmm.
So I'm editing the film myself too, which is that that's cool to have that. I basically they were like, we're basically giving you creative control over the cinematography and stuff, like 100%. I'm like, awesome. Means I can bring it to life how I picture, which is always cool. I get to direct. Like that's awesome. That these people trusted me with their story,
But you're
and that I could bring it to life.
you're directing, but you're not actually like you're not acting in it. You're just
Mm-mm.
directing.
Just directing. Yeah,
Wow, that'll be
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. I was, and I've never directed somebody else's writing, so it's a challenge and an experience altogether. So
You're
I'm excited.
like Stanley Kubrick. No, we're doing it again. But this is our 80th take. Can we just call it? No.
The movie's only gonna be 10 seconds long. All right. Anyways, our boring topic of the week.
Oh
Yeah, I got a
Lord.
new mattress. So we upgraded from a queen to a king, which is very nice. Um, the queen is now in the guest room, so people who come to visit or whatnot, they have a place to sleep, and they don't have to sleep on the couch or on an air mattress. So that's cool. But so I had a memory foam mattress. We had a memory foam mattress before. This is a hybrid. So it's got like coils in it, like a box spring mattress, but then like half memory foam. So you get like the best of both worlds. What I like about it is because there's memory foam, you can't hear or feel the coils. So it doesn't feel like a box spring mattress. It was not cheap. It's supposed to last. It has a 10-year warranty. It's supposed to last at least 10 years, but I think we'll get more out of that because the mattress I got, I think said 5 years, and we almost got 10 years out of it. So, um,
Dang, 10 years is crazy.
yeah. We went to Mattress Firm and like laid on a bunch of mattresses. It was like buying a car, but for mattresses.
Well,
And the salesmen are like that too. It's
that's the
funny.
thing. Like mattresses, people don't realize, but they're expensive. Like
Yeah.
they're
Well,
always expensive.
if you don't go cheap, yeah. And I'm like, if we're gonna sleep on it for the next 10 to 20 years, that's a third of your life for the next 10 to 20 years. Like we have a house now, we have space. Let's get a king. Let's get something nice.
Yeah.
Um, they make mattresses that are like they have different things, right? And so like they're like, all right, try this one out. This one, it's this firmness, blah blah blah, and then they're like, are you a side sleeper? This kind of thing, and I'm like, I sleep on basically all sides. So we got something for that, and then
I don't get how
they were
people sleep on
like,
their stomach, dude.
I sleep on my stomach all the
How
time.
do you
I
do
can't sleep on
that?
my back. I can't sleep on my
What?
back. Yeah, if I sleep on my back, it gives me like it gives me sleep paralysis.
Dude, no, because if I sleep on my stomach, I can't breathe.
Well, my head's to the side.
Well, obviously, but I'm saying like it's just like the pressure on my chest. Like I can't. I feel like I can't breathe.
I can breathe just fine. I don't know what you're talking about. Go to a doctor.
No, well, I'm sorry, bro. You can't sleep on your freaking back, which is like the most normal sleeping position.
I can sleep on my back, but when I do, I have bad dreams.
Wee, wee. I
I don't know
have
what it
bad.
is. I looked it up. It's like a certain percentage of the population that like that's a trigger for like
I sleep on my
nightmares and
I sleep on my
sleep
side
paralysis.
usually. That's what I do.
Yeah, I usually alternate from sides to stomach, and then usually when I wake up in the morning, I'll like switch to my back because I know I won't sleep like that very long. It like forces me to like wake back up. But anyways, they're like, do you guys get are you guys cold sleepers? Get too warm? I'm like, she gets too cold, I get too warm, and like, okay, this one's like good for both of you then, and so that's what we got, and yeah, they delivered it. We got a nice bed frame. Also, I think from Home Depot.
Homie deep.
Home Depot. They got nice furniture. That's where we got our breakfast nook table too.
I need to get a new
I think
desk.
we're actually, yeah. Bobby wants a new desk at some point too. We got like a cheap Amazon one. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, when we get a dining table, I think we might actually go to like mom and pop furniture stores and try to find like
Mm,
a nice, unique one. So we have a nice dining room.
no,
So
you go to Home Depot. You get a bunch of 2x4s, and
Um, but yeah, anyways, the mattress is nice. Slept on it for the first time last night. They take mattresses, I looked it up, they take like 30 days to really like break in.
yeah,
So right now it feels a little too firm, but I think it's because, just
it
came out
just
of the
hasn't been
out of
used
the
yet. Yeah.
packaging. So but I hooked it up with a military discount and stuff, so that was cool.
Ooh.
Free delivery and all that.
Did you do
Yeah.
the wine glass test?
No.
I always think that's
I don't
such
think
a
that's actually a thing.
yeah. I don't think it's I
It was
because
funny though because they were like they weren't sure how much we wanted to spend, and so they're like showing us like different price ranges, but not saying like, oh, here's a cheaper one. They're just like, and then we got this one. This is actually the last one we have in stock right now. This is the open box policy, so it's like $500 off. I'm like, I don't want no mattress that people have been coming in here and laying on it like
yeah,
to see how it feels
yeah.
for however long. I was like, screw that. It was funny. He's like, and then we have a traditional box spring. I laid on it and like I literally like, nope. I was like, and he's like, no. And my poppy's like, I trust him, and I'm like, it feels like a cheap hotel mattress. No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, you actually said that?
Yeah.
Man, I always feel bad for the salespeople because sometimes they'll say stuff and it's
Oh
like,
no, they don't care. It was funny because he's like, okay, well that half of the store is box springs. So we're gonna stay away from over there. Like, okay,
okay,
cool. Don't waste my fucking time. uh, and then what was I gonna say? The bed frame we got, really nice, really sturdy. Like I feel like the bed frames I've had since I, you know, joined the Coast Guard have always been like the cheapest thing, like minimalist bed frames, and this is like a nice bed frame like you would see at a hotel, and it has a light bar on the top, so it's like a reading light, but it changes colors like RGB, so you can make
oh
whatever
my
color you want.
god,
Um,
RGB.
we didn't know it did. We just saw the white light, and we're like, okay, cool. But you can change the colors. I think it's got like a music mode too, like it'll change to the music. I'm like, what is that for? It's got it's got pockets on the side to put your phone in if you want, which I probably won't use, but that's cool. And then it's got on the top, there's like 3 USB slots and a USB Type C. So
Mm.
that's cool. Like chargers built into it. Um,
Kind of crazy. You
yeah,
have to
no,
plug your bed frame in.
I mean you have to plug it in for the light thing, so it like connects anyways.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, but I just kind of like I don't know. I just think the concept of like everything requires power now. Like,
we have solar panels, so I mean
yeah, yeah, that is really nice that you have that.
it
That's
is nice.
cool.
Yeah, I'm curious to see the electricity bill this first month. It's supposed to be
And
like
you're like,
$25 or
what?
something.
What the? They said 25, not 2,500.
Yeah. um. Yeah. No, we were like figuring out like the property tax thing and stuff because I'm a disabled veteran, they like
Yeah,
give us back a percentage.
that's cool.
Um. Yeah. Cool. It's supposed to be going up too. They have like a new law going in. They also, I don't know if you saw in the news, but like Albuquerque, I guess they're deploying the National Guard here to like crack down on crime. It's like some RoboCop shit.
Oh, holy crap, dude! Did
Yeah.
you hear about that? God, who was it? It was some motorcycle company. Was it Kawasaki? I don't know. But they're releasing a robot horse thing that you can ride.
Who the fuck wants that?
I don't know, but they showed some dude like out on like the Grand Canyon. It's like, I mean, it's kind of a cool concept, but I think part of it is it has AI built in, so it's like a
Everything has AI built in
an
now.
animal that you can talk to. And I'm like, I mean, I guess it's kind of cool. I guess Samsung's releasing a little robot companion that has
Just
AI. I like
they
it's
got a
getting
splinter on one of
okay.
these boards.
But either way, like it's just getting ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
When are we gonna have robots that like do laundry and stuff? I don't know. It's just that's
Yeah, I want a robot butler, not a robot horse. Who the
yeah.
fuck wants that?
I don't know, man. And
Can
it's
you
probably
imagine
gonna be
it
super
shits
overpriced.
nuts and bolts like Goddard from
I'd
Jimmy
actually,
Neutron?
I'd actually love that if it did that though. That'd be kind of
You
cool.
feed it like little packs of oil, but they're in the shape of a carrot.
Well, so I've always wondered, like, so when that dog poops out nuts and bolts, like, is stuff like coming loose and like
I don't know. I don't know, but the dad always used to be, Goddard, not on the carpet. And it's like, bap.
I, man, I would love to have like a Goddard. That'd be sick.
Yeah. You remember Play Dead? He just explodes.
Oh man.
Oh, I missed that show, dude. That was the shit growing
I
up.
wonder where we can watch that. Like I bet you it's on like
Paramount Plus. That's
oh,
got
of
all the
course.
Nickelodeon shit. Yeah.
That's where they have iCarly
Um.
at, huh?
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
Anyways, the new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched like it just feels like cheap
Forced.
like the original, but like because it's geared more towards adults, it feels like it should have more budget. So it's weird. We
Yeah.
didn't watch more than the first season. I just started The Studio, which is Seth Rogen's new show on Apple TV, where he becomes an exec at a movie studio, and he's like, we're gonna make. He doesn't say it like this, but it's basically like we're gonna make film great again. Like hire real directors to tell like some legit movies, not this like bullshit. and and so you see him like navigating that. I literally just started it like first episode, but it was hilarious. It's pretty good, and it's like the commentary on the current state of the industry is like they're like, why was Barbie a success like a doll without a vagina or something like that. Trying to
Jesus.
figure it out. They're making like a Kool-Aid movie. Yeah. He's like trying to get Martin Scorsese to make a Kool-Aid movie.
Well, because I know there was some movie. I think, God, who was it? But they were gonna have Al Pacino, and it was like a Dunkin' Donuts commercial. It was called a Dunkachino. Did you ever seen that?
Mhm.
What is that? What is that from?
I don't remember. I think
Is
I
that the one
can't
with Paul
remember.
Rudd in it?
I don't remember.
Mm.
Oh. Anyways, quick ad break. Support us with Patreon. We're booming on there. Discord's booming too. That's free to join. You can get access to giveaways, gaming sessions, bunch of stuff. I feel like we're always finding new ways to add value to it, and we have some giveaways for this episode because it's the middle of the month. So
Yeah, quite a
I
few.
will announce those winners. It's usually a physical media giveaway or something physical, and then two G Fuel giveaways. So um, use G Fuel code DannyD. They just dropped two new flavors that sold out already, but they brought back Tamarind Agua Fresca, which was the Blue Beetle flavor.
Mm.
Pretty good. Cisco kept saying, "Why is it blue? Tamarind's not blue." And I'm like, "It's because Agua. Agua's blue."
Wait, is
um,
it agua or aqua?
Agua.
Okay.
Tamarind Agua Fresca. And now it's called Pinup Girlfriend. So there you go for you simps out there. We got a new simp skin. Uh Code Danny D for Fit Butters. Get 10% off Fit Butters. So 20% off G Fuel, 10% off Fit Butters. Fit Butters just dropped Italian rainbow cookie for their 5th anniversary. It looks phenomenal. Apparently it was like one of their best sellers when they originally dropped it, and they haven't brought it back in a long time. It has like a full ass like rainbow Italian rainbow cookie in it. It looks amazing, and I think it's supposed to be here for me today. So
Italian rainbow
forward to
cookie.
unboxing that. Um, so yeah, that's a great way to support our content while also getting something physical for you, whether it's G Fuel, whether it's Fit Butters, Patreon, all kinds of benefits. Appreciate all the support. It's been kind of a changing period we've been going through, but I feel like we're getting into a groove. Looking forward to the gaming session next week. Probably gonna do a poll for patrons only. So I think patrons, so tier 1 and up gets access to the gaming sessions, but tier 2 and up gets to decide what game. So tier 2, extra $2, you get more control and you get priority in the gaming sessions because there's only so many slots. We ran into that with Warzone where
Yeah.
which we'll talk about later, but there's only 3 other slots besides me, so
Well, and if I play, then it's actually only 2 slots. So
yeah, Ben and I were playing the new casual mode. We'll talk about it later, but it's fun.
I played that with you,
Um,
right?
I think maybe.
I think that's what we
Yeah.
played with the bots.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we played it. Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. Anyways, the giveaways. Let me grab those real quick. Entertain them for a few seconds.
Oh! 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 Oh!
It's like a movie scene. Distract them. Ooh. Do it again. Do it again just for a second. What is that? You're like, it's something's hot. You're like, man. I'm hot. Makeup nothing hurts my eyes.
Oh.
Anyways, we got a big one here. All right. So first up for this week's Discord, we call it the secret Discord giveaway. All right, because you can only find it if you're in the Discord. And this is 100 episodes of SpongeBob, seasons 10 to 14 on DVD. This is a 14 disc set. This is a big boy. 25th anniversary, all right? I've probably not seen any of these episodes. I don't I can't believe there's that many seasons, but that goes to Diego can too. So congratulations, Diego. I'll be reaching out to all the winners within 24 hours of this episode dropping on Sunday. So um I am realizing I think I set these aside for St. Patrick's Day. So these were supposed to be March's giveaways, and I think amongst all the moving, I switched them by accident. So they're green for April. I'm sorry. Um, we got sour green apple and sour PewDiePie, both phenomenal flavors. Okay, so sour green apple is for the U.S. only giveaway, and the winner of that is Cisco. Congratulations, Cisco. Got some sour green apple coming. Cisco's been a long time supporter.
Yes, sir.
And then sour PewDiePie. That is for the international giveaway. So anybody in the world, break my wallet. You you can win this. And that is going to our boy Cal Ray, former producer, lives in Canada, fellow filmmaker. Congratulations, my guy. So yeah, I'll get those sent out. Probably on Monday, hopefully Monday or Tuesday.
Cool, cool.
All right. We have like 8 Patreon questions this month. That is another benefit that you get by being tier 1 and up with the Patreon is you get to ask a question or suggest a topic. So we've got a lot this week, which is awesome. It just goes to show that like, things are growing. All right. We may have to make it like a tier 2 thing. Just add it, so we don't have too many, but we'll see. First up, Cal, congratulations, Sour PewDiePie. Yeah, he says, "Do you think they should have brought back Jonathan Majors as Kang? Maybe Kang versus Doctor Doom." I thought his allegations weren't cleared. I don't know. I haven't been keeping
Yeah,
up
I
with
wasn't
that.
sure on that one either. Because here's the thing. While I don't really care that much about Marvel anymore, it's not because Marvel sucks. It's because like I don't even understand what's going on anymore. Like I guess
Feels like they're making it up as they go.
yeah. Well, what allegations you got brought against him? Was it like a like
Me Too stuff.
yeah? I mean
He just had a movie come out that has been stuck in distribution hell for like 2 years or something like that, and I don't think anybody saw it. But everybody said his performance. He's a great actor,
yeah.
but apparently he's a
He was really good
DOS. So
in
I don't
Loki. I
know.
really liked him, and then he was in the was it the
Creed
Ant?
3 is really good at that.
I'm talking about for Marvel. That was it Ant Man. Was
Yeah, I
it
think Quantumania.
Yeah, which I still
Yeah.
have not seen. I should watch that. I'm sure it
It's
wasn't good.
fine.
Yeah, but
Fine.
I would still need to see what was going on.
Pretty forgettable, I guess.
I
Are you gonna go see Thunderbolts in the theater?
I'm gonna try to. Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, that's cool, man. I think that one's worth seeing.
yeah,
I'm excited. I saw Florence Pugh. They released a video where she jumped off the second tallest building in the world for it. So that's pretty cool. It's like some Tom Cruise shit.
yeah,
Good for her. She's like, I love heights, and I'm like, fuck that,
yeah.
dude.
No
Good for
thanks.
you, but no thanks, man.
Yeah.
Um,
To answer the question though, I mean, like, it was. Do we think that he should come back?
yeah, I'm gonna say no. I think it like if they were to bring it back now, it would just be confusing.
Yeah. I think,
King versus Doctor Doom, though, I don't know. I got to see what they're doing with Doctor Doom to understand how that
but
would
they're
work.
both villains.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
King is a villain, but he's kind of like it seemed like his whole thing was like the multiverse does what it wants kind of thing and can't stop it kind of thing.
No,
Like
'cause
they're trying to change things, right?
with the TVA. Well, are you saying he's trying to? I don't know. Anyways,
His
I
philosophy.
he's I think he's supposed to be a villain. So I don't. Maybe there's history of them fighting in the comics, but I don't know. I do think that his
Yeah, I don't
character
know.
was really cool, and the way they were setting up was awesome. But I think if they brought him back now, it would be really confusing. Yeah.
Yeah. Did I tell you I got accused in a comment on TikTok of using Ozempic. I guess people could tell like they have this thing called Ozempic face where your face gets really sunken, like your
Oh,
eyes and everything. And I guess because my face is not as like puffy and it looks a little skinnier, they're like, "Bro's on Ozempic, bro took Ozempic," and I'm like, "No, I didn't." Like, I'm flattered, but no.
yeah. It's like when people are like the not natty allegations when you're working out. It's like the same thing
I mean, I'm
basically.
technically not natty now, so
Oh, I guess that's
TRT.
true. Yeah.
Which is now that I think, did I tell you that like I think I had gone through, they like changed my prescription and
Yeah.
I didn't, it totally ruined it. So I went back to what I'm now and they prescribed me something else, but it's great, man. I would recommend TRT to anybody who like go get tested, see if you got low T. I think it's like $50 a month. That's what I pay for the testosterone and it
Mhm.
literally improves every aspect of your life.
But
Sleep better, everything.
how do you actually like take it?
It's so there's different ways, right? You can obviously the most like publicized version is just injecting it. I don't do that. The other way to do it is to take pills, but then that could lead to liver toxicity. So didn't want to do that. They also have a
Okay.
pellet they'll put under your skin and you just get like a new one every 6 months. Didn't want to do that. That sounds awful.
Yeah.
Uh, so I take a dissolvable lozenge that put under your tongue every morning, and it usually takes like
Why would
15
anybody
minutes.
not choose to do that? That sounds like the most
Um,
preferable option.
I think it's because I don't know. There's something. They all have pros and cons to how they make your hormones fluctuate, like timing wise, and I forget. I don't know. I have no complaints though. The only thing that sucks is I can't have caffeine. It says no caffeine, no nicotine for an hour. Right? It says 30 minutes to an hour afterward because it affects the potency. But by doing it under your tongue, it bypasses your liver, so no liver toxicity.
Mm.
I try really hard not to swallow any of it, but it's so little of it. Like I have a low dose. It's like not probably not the minimum dose you can get, but close to it. So I'm not really worried about it, and it's helped tremendously. So and I'm doing this with a doctor and doing blood work and everything. So definitely don't just like go to your bro at the gym and be like, "Yo, give me some of that shit." Like, nah,
Yo, can I
like
get a lozenge?
you're gonna mess yourself up. Your nuts are gonna shrink.
Your nuts are gonna start quaking, buddy.
Tyler Moen. Anyways, on to our questions again. Tyler Moen says, since Warfare has its opening this week, what is your favorite war film? So Warfare is the next film from Alex Garland, the one who made Civil War, which is
Mhm.
on my Fandango. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. Um,
Is it a sequel to it or is it unrelated?
Unrelated. This one is co-written and co-directed by Alex Garland, and it is a retelling of this thing that happened in like 2006 to the SEAL team, and they are describing it as an hour and a half of the most intense, realistic gunfighting, military warfare that's ever been put on screen. So Bobby and I are going to see that on Sunday at Flicks Brew House. Oh yeah, baby. The
Yeah.
food's so good. I gotta take you there whenever you do come here.
So what was it about
You're gonna
again?
love it. What's your favorite war film? Gosh, I really like We Were Soldiers because I think unlike other war films, it has a really, really good balance of the military warfare and also like making you care about the characters before they go to war. And I mean, well, Mel Gibson is the lead and directed it, so it's top notch. That's the Vietnam one. It's like the first time they used helicopters in Vietnam. That's a badass movie. Really sad though. Yeah, if I were to make a war film, I would probably use that as inspiration. I think a lot of people choose Saving Private
Yeah, I
Ryan.
was gonna say that.
That's a really good one, but
What's the
that
one?
one
Is it
it's
1912?
so brutal.
That's like one base.
1917.
1917. I think. Why
Yeah.
would I say 1912? Anyways, um, Yeah, 19 is it really 1917? That's what it's called. Yeah, but that's one where it's all
Yeah,
one take, right? Or it's supposed
yeah,
to look like one take.
yeah. There's
Yeah,
hidden takes all over the place, but it looks like one take.
yeah. That one I do remember that one being like really intense.
It had a really good opening. Like when they first go through like no man's land, I
Mm-hmm.
was like on the edge of my fucking seat. Like, god damn. I remember we went and saw that and then we went to this sushi place and oh my gosh, this was like in California. The sushi rolls were like the size of Chipotle burritos. It was ridiculous. I couldn't eat more than two.
I remember seeing
Some of the best sushi I've ever had.
Dunkirk in theaters, and it was so freaking loud.
Yeah,
Such a
Christopher
loud
Nolan
movie.
does not mess around with his sound design. Um Black Hawk Down is a really good, like more modern, even though it's like not modern. But like you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
it's more of a modern war movie. I don't know, there's a lot of good ones, but I think my favorite's We Were Soldiers. If nobody's seen that, I highly recommend it. That movie's the way it makes you care about its characters is definitely an influence on me. So always loved Bill Gibson's directing and acting. Say what you want about him as a person, but bro knows how to make movies.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then he said, any favorite music or artists at the moment?
That's a
Joe
tough one.
Keery, guy who plays Steve in Stranger Things, dropped a new album. It's pretty good.
Hmm. I don't know.
He
I
goes by
mean,
Joe.
I, for me, like, maybe I just listen to too much music. It's
I
like,
listen to a lot of like, but Mike, I'm gonna talk about it later. But my composer makes a lot of music, and I listen to a lot of his stuff for inspiration because it helps me write. So
I mean, my favorite, like, as far as like whatever artist I would say like I probably like the most, probably like the Beach Boys, dude.
that's a good feel good band. I
Yeah,
don't. I just feel like they a lot of their music sounds the same
a
though.
lot of
So
their
like,
earlier stuff does, yeah. But when they got in their hippie era, it starts to sound like it's kind of like the Beatles, where their stuff's kind of all over the place, and so they have stuff that's either you love it or you're just like not into it. So
yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying.
yeah, because the Beatles, like if you go and listen to some of their stuff, they're ooh, um,
Ooh,
a lot of their later stuff was like, I mean, dude, like if you look at like the range of genres that they cover and the range of styles they cover, it's like, man, they were just doing everything. Like a lot of
yeah.
genres were like born from them. I feel like.
Dude, they're doing like a crazy Beatles thing. I can't remember. I don't know if it's coming out 2026 or 2027, but they're releasing four movies in 1 month, and it each tells like it's their biopics about the Beatles, but from each perspective of each member, all
That'd
the
be
same
cool.
director.
When is that?
Yeah,
When is that
it's
coming out? You said.
I think 2027 because that's gonna take a long time to
Yeah.
plan and shoot. But the actors are great. They got like Eddie from Stranger Things playing one of them. He's also in Warfare. I'm excited to see him in that. Will Poulter is also in
Wait,
Warfare.
isn't Eddie also in Fantastic Four?
Yeah, he's killing it. Good for
Yeah.
him because he's
Yeah.
actually he was my favorite part about that new Quiet Place movie. He just like shows up in the middle and it's like right out the gate intense. And I was like,
Yeah.
bro's a good actor. Anyways, thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Cal. Next, Anthony O asks, how do you deal with heartbreak, whether it be a relationship or within your career or anything else in life? It sounds like you're talking about disappointment, in general. That's what I'm getting from that question because he said whether it's career or anything else in life. Um, there's a couple of things. Do you want to go first?
Nah, I'm still thinking, honestly.
Okay. I saw Tom Hanks interview. I think it was a roundtable interview, and he said the way that he navigates stuff like that is you got to think this too shall pass.
Hmm.
Always think that, but always remember when things are going great. Keep in mind this too shall pass. Like it ebbs and flows, and so I think if you're aware of that, it makes the lows less. They feel less drastic because you're kind of like expecting it at some point. You know,
Yeah.
you'll
Yeah.
always be disappointed by something.
I was gonna say, like, honestly, my answer is a little weird because it's similar to that, but it's like kind of a pessimistic view on life, and some people feel like they're like, oh man, that's like not a great way to think about stuff. And it's like, well, I mean, it's about having like less low lows, and my big thing is just like always expect the worst. I know that's like that's very pessimistic, but if you're like like they did this
Prepare for
interview.
the worst,
Yeah, if it's like I did this
pray for the best.
interview for this job, and I think it went well, but whatever happens happens, right? If you're like, if someone's like, oh man, you totally got it, you're like, I don't know yet, like I really don't know yet, like I'm not gonna assume anything, right? Then when it doesn't happen, when you don't actually get the job, you're not like, oh man, I'm so butthurt. It's like
Yeah,
it's like like it is what it is. There'll be another opportunity later on. But if you do get it, then it's awesome, because then it's like, man, I'm happy I was proven wrong. Like
yeah,
it's unfortunately like it is a very negative way to look at things, but it makes the blow less hard.
yeah. I try to go into things like whenever there's like this short film thing going into it. Like, okay, I don't want to sound pretentious. This is just how things have been for me the last since Pollo Loco came out and got all the buzz it did. I've been approached about stuff, and like the first time it happened, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be awesome." And then I read the script, and I'm like, "It doesn't resonate with me. I'm not interested in it. I'm not feeling it." And so that was kind of disappointing, like that opportunity wasn't something that I felt right about. And that's happened a couple times when I've been asked to be a producer or direct or doctor a script or whatever it is. And I end up disappointed because it's like this is unfortunately not worth my time. And like I'm not being paid enough to justify it. Like I my time is valuable and I have kids and you know what I mean? So um I don't get my hopes up anymore. I always expect it to not work out. So when it does, it's a pleasant
Yep.
surprise.
Yep.
Um,
Exactly.
yeah. And then the other thing is like if you're talking about heartbreak and stuff like that, if you have the mindset that, there's I think they said statistically, now there's like we don't even know. They said there's anywhere from like 8 to 10 billion people on the planet because they underestimated the count by
Yeah,
like
I saw that.
20%.
It's mainly
It's
on like
crazy.
rural areas that they were saying they
Yeah.
underestimated potentially. Yeah.
It's crazy. Um, anyways, if you it statistically, if you've got that one in a if you got that 1 in a million person that's right for you and meant to be your soulmate or
Like
whatever.
8 to 10,000
Yeah, there's like
people.
800 there's like 800 to 1,000 of those people out there. Like you're gonna find them. You know what I mean? Like it'll come to you kind of thing. Like it's a numbers game at that point. And I also don't believe in like true love in the fairy tale sense of it. I think that some people are more compatible with each other than others. But I know tons of people who are married, and it's like, how did you guys meet? Because you guys are so different,
Yeah.
but they just click and it works. And so if you're dealing with heartbreak and you're like, man, I thought this was the one. Every heartbreak is a step closer to the one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with career stuff. Like me, if I'm pitching a script and trying to get an investor, every no is a step closer to a yes. You know, so yeah, I think we gave him a lot of stuff there to think about, and just know that the older you get, because I'm almost 30 now. It
Old.
it
Old.
it doesn't old. It doesn't change, man. I think you learn how to deal with it better, and yeah, life is full of disappointment, but it's that disappointment that makes the stuff that does work out and the stuff that does go well special. So there ain't no sunshine and rainbows without some stormy clouds. Anyways, thank you, Anthony. That was a really good question. Gabe Dudis too says, "What is your favorite cliffhanger on Stranger Things?" I saw that question and I was like, I have no idea.
In Stranger
um,
Things,
yeah, cliffhanger that stands out to you.
probably the whole thing with what's his nuts, the um David
I guess the
Harbour.
cliffhanger they left us on is mine. I want to know what the fuck's gonna happen this season because it looked like they were fucked.
Yeah, but God, I can't think of his name. Um, But whoever, David Harbour's character.
It's because we're both trying to figure it out that
Yeah,
I can't
but
think of it.
you know who I'm talking about. But was it
Yeah.
season 3 where we were kind of unsure about his fate? Or like, is he actually like?
So like the season 3 to season 4 cliffhanger.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
because it was like, because like everyone was like, "There's no way he's
Harper.
act."
Hopper.
Harper,
Harper. It's
Hop,
Hopper.
Hop, Hop,
Harper.
Harper. Yeah,
It's
Hopper,
Hopper. God, David
Hopper.
Harbour's so good, man.
Yeah. Well,
He's
he's in
becoming one of my
Thunderbolts.
favorite actors. Yeah.
I
Um,
yeah. So Hopper,
he
yes.
was the best part of that Jason Statham movie I just saw that was a total stinker. Not a total stinker. It was just so boring. It didn't do anything special. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go with season 4 cliffhanger. Sounds like Chris is going with season 3.
Season 3 was like my favorite season.
It's a good one. It's season 3 is like, to me it's like Prisoner of Azkaban, like
Season
in the Harry Potter movies, where it's like everything's firing on all cylinders and it's not quite getting into the end game yet.
Yeah.
You know,
Season 2 still
whereas like
falls.
Harry Potter 4 and on is like all of it's Voldemort, like we're fucked
Yeah.
kind of thing. So, um, I don't think season 2 is that bad. I think people overhate on it.
It's not good.
I don't think that. I think it's good. I think it's better than most second
I'd
seasons of
say
TV shows. I've watched a lot of TV shows.
okay. You know what? I'll give
It
you
might be
that.
the weakest in the show, but
I'll give you that. But I'm saying relative to the other seasons, it's not that good.
so what I keep in mind, and I try to keep the, and maybe this is the filmmaker part of me, but whenever I see like a sequel to something or a second season and the first season was like lower budget, I'm like, there are going to be some growing pains there.
Yeah,
You can't go from a no budget to big budget without some hiccups.
I
And I
think
think as far as hiccups go, season 2 is pretty good.
I think the reason why season 2 doesn't really work for me is because they didn't quite know where they wanted to go with the story yet. Whereas in season 3, they were starting to figure out, okay, we know what we want to do, and then season 4, they know exactly where they're trying to go, so it works,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So I would say season 1 is great.
Yeah,
Season 2, it's really good. Season 3 is awesome, and season 4 was like borderline perfect.
yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
I'm still very nostalgic for season 3, but season 4 was
I
definitely really good.
I wish I had the time to rewatch it all. I really do. There's so many things that are like, I want to rewatch it, and then I realized if I do
Well,
that, I'll never catch up on the stuff that's current.
I'm gonna have those 2 weeks off in June to watch a bunch of stuff, which is awesome. I have time to
You
get
need to
through it.
watch. You need to catch up on other stuff. There's so much for you to watch.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying I have stuff that or time that I'm gonna be able to watch stuff. So like I have a whole list. Like let me see. I'll read some of them off for you because this is you have some thoughts on this.
You can save that for movie talk.
Oh. Well,
Yeah, save it for movie. Let's get through
okay.
these questions because we're halfway through. Thank you, Gabe. Isaiah Nichols asks, fellow, he's a associate producer. Appreciate your support, Isaiah. He says, if you could have your movie on a streaming site, what site would you love to see it on? So Always Ready is a military film. So I feel like the best place for it in terms of like content is probably Paramount Plus. They have a lot of stuff like that on there. That's where Taylor Sheridan does a lot of his stuff. But I feel like Netflix is like the most well-known
Yeah.
worldwide household name streaming service, like the end all be all streaming service. They're still the king. So, it's probably best suited for Paramount Plus, but Netflix, I think that's everybody's goal is get their movie on Netflix. Um, Tommy Slays asks, and thank you for your question, Isaiah. If you could make your own ice cream flavor, Tommy Slays is another associate producer, by the way. If you could make your own ice cream flavor, what would it be? And then he put the quote from Pulp Fiction, because I put the Pulp Fiction meme where it's Samuel Jackson pointing the gun at the guy in the apartment, and he says, "Any questions?" But he says, "Does he look like a bitch?" That's the quote from the movie. But any ice cream flavor, you go first on this one.
Oh man. Well, see, I'd say like my favorite, like as far as it being like that realm, my favorite flavors are usually like the fruit flavors. Maybe the strawberry ice cream is like not the kind of strawberry that I like.
It depends. I've had really good strawberry ice cream and I've had really mid
I
strawberry ice
want
cream.
like you ever had like a strawberry snow cone?
That's what you want to go with?
Yeah,
Like
dude.
artificial snow cone juice?
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. Or like
That sounds
strawberry
more like a
like
sherbet flavor, like a sorbet or something.
okay.
He said ice cream, not snow cones.
Well, they have like orange sherbet ice cream.
Yeah,
So,
but it's like
hey man, this is my answer. I
traditional.
can do whatever I
Whatever. Yeah, whatever.
want.
Make up some bullshit. Whatever.
Well, no, that's genuinely how like I like that. Like that's a flavor that I really like a lot. Like strawberry
So
Fanta,
vanilla
for
ice
example.
cream with see, I maybe it's just me. I'm not a fan of artificial strawberry stuff.
Well, so you don't like strawberry Fanta?
No,
See, I love strawberry Fanta. I like that flavor.
I like orange Fanta.
Really, I think orange flavored soda is
I
kind of
love orange
overrated.
soda. It's dude, it is so good with vanilla. Like if you make like a float, you know what I mean with it. It's like an
Dude,
orange creamsicle.
I haven't had grape soda in so long.
Fuck grape soda. You like
What?
grape soda too? See, these
But
are
I
all
haven't
little
had
kid
it.
sodas.
I haven't had it in a long time. So yeah, it's a little kid soda. I'm just saying I haven't had it in a long
These are
time.
like the sodas where it's
It
like,
wasn't
Mom, can I have a
bad.
soda?
I had it.
No, dude, you can't have Coca-Cola. But this one doesn't have caffeine. Yeah, fine. Have the fucking grape soda.
Man, you and your
Ugh.
freaking taillights, okay? You just get out of here.
Hey, you saw them. Put some respect on it. You were like, yeah, they look cool. And
Yeah,
then
I
we moved
saw
on.
the dump that I took this morning too. Does that make it special? No.
Did you just compare my taillights to a dump? God. Anyways, I would do just a mashup of what I like. So I would go with vanilla ice cream with like some kind of like chocolate syrupy swirl throughout it. Throw some Oreos in there, crumbled up Kit Kat, and then Ben and Jerry's does milk and cookies. And the difference between that and like a chocolate chip cookie dough is the cookies are baked. And there's something about baked cookie and vanilla ice cream that just I think people are sleeping on it. So I would throw that in there too, like baked chocolate chip cookie.
I have a second answer, and I it is
What is it? Kiwi Fanta?
no that a thing?
Probably in another country.
Um, like waffle cone and
Ooh, you
vanilla.
could throw some waffle pieces in there. Yeah.
Like that would probably because if we're talking like not
I feel
just
like you were so basic with your answers.
yeah, okay, what a
You can
surprise
make
I'm the guy
whatever
that's
concoction
super.
you want.
I'm picky, man. I don't like mixing stuff.
Strawberry Fanta flavored ice cream and vanilla with waffle cone. Like grandma called, she wants her ice cream back. Vanilla waffle cone.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode. I gotta go cry
At
for a
least throw some chocolate chips in
minute.
there or something.
I don't really
Damn.
like having chocolate chips in my ice cream, man. I people
I
over
don't know. Biden instantly came to my head.
the
Chocolate chip.
chocolate chip. I am I am not I am a simple man, okay? I don't need a bunch of crap to make my taste buds flare, you know? Like
Yes, but the whole point is that you're making an ice cream that doesn't already exist. Like,
yeah, does
make
strawberry
something.
Fanta ice cream exist? No, I don't think so.
I guarantee you I could find it somewhere. Might have to go to Mexico, but I'll find it.
Well, I've never had it.
Have you seen those videos where they make the ice cream like on this
Oh yeah, it's
flat
like the tray and
metal thing
yeah.
and like they mix stuff in? I feel like I've seen strawberry Fanta ice cream at a place like that in Mexico when I was in the Coast Guard. No joke. Like they had soda flavors.
Well, I'm not sure if I'd actually want like strawberry Fanta itself. I'm just saying I want that flavor. Strawberry Fanta
Then
itself is probably not
just get
great.
some vanilla ice cream and pour the snow cone strawberry syrup on it. Boom. Have you tried the like Hershey strawberry syrup? I wonder if you would like
Yeah,
that
no,
because
I
it's
don't.
different.
No, it tastes like freaking like it's more of like the milk strawberry. I want like the water
Have you seen
strawberry.
the magic shell stuff?
Yeah.
growing up, Zach's family introduced me to that. We had ice cream, and they're like, "You want some magic shell?" And I was like,
It's the
"Magic
stuff. It's the
what?
stuff that
You just offer me drugs?"
it's like the dilly bar stuff from Dairy Queen.
Yeah, it's so weird, man, because it's like room temperature.
Yeah,
There's
it just
probably
hardens
something in there
shit.
that's bad for you. Because like you put it on there, and then it turns into like yeah, like a dilly bar, or like when they dip the
Well,
cone, it
but
turns to a
I
hard chocolate
I
shell.
think it's
It's
like
so good.
Elmer's glue, where it's like it's not until it touches the air that it actually like
I I
reacts.
think it's got to do something with touching the cold ice cream that makes it harden. That's what I'm thinking.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it's a temperature thing. Because if it's a liquid at room temperature, but then at cold it becomes hard, there's some kind of chemical thing going on there to make it react with the ice cream. 'Cause, or else it would
Did you
harden.
just say when it gets cold and it gets hard that that's a chemical thing? You know what else does that? Freaking water. Water. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
If I put normal chocolate syrup on ice cream, it doesn't harden. This magic shell stuff does.
Yeah, but
I'm
I'm just
saying there's something going on chemical makeup wise that makes it react that way as opposed to not staying a liquid. I'm sorry I didn't phrase it in scientific terms enough for you.
man,
Why are you
shut up.
being judgmental?
You says you. I'm like, oh, I would really like to touch an ice cream flavor. That sucks. It's boring. It's lame. You need to pick something better.
I no, I said make something that doesn't exist.
I I don't think it exists as like a commercial flavor you can get. I mean, Magic Shell exists. I'm not gonna
Yes, but
get.
we were talking about why it gets hard. That sounded so wrong. That's what she said. Anyways, let's move on. Thank you for your question, Tommy. Tommy, let us know in the comments who answered your question better, because I
I
bet
was
you.
gonna pick you because yours was more creative. I'm just saying. I was giving my honest answer. I'm being honest,
Hey,
right?
Tommy, ask. Did Chris even answer your question?
Yeah, I answered it twice actually.
You picked things that already exist.
Is there a waffle cone flavored ice cream?
Yes, they have ice cream that has waffle cone crushed
No,
up throughout it.
no, flavored. Not I don't want chunks in it. I want flavored.
You want ice cream that tastes like the waffle cone, but no waffle cone in it.
It's vanilla and waffle cone.
I don't know if that's. I mean, I guess that's probably possible, but what are you gonna do? Blend up waffle cone and then
Maybe,
put it in the ice cream?
maybe.
Still basic as shit, dude.
Man, get out of here. Go away. Go
All
away.
right. Thank you, Tommy. But let us know. Super Dude 01 says, "What's the hardest game you've beaten, and what's your favorite 3D platformer?" Hardest game I've beaten?
I've beaten Wolfenstein on like the
Um,
hardest difficulty, like Wolfenstein, New Order, New Colossus, and Old Blood, all on the hardest difficulty. And that's
I
pretty
would
rough.
say probably Resident Evil 4, the remake. That's the hardest one I beat.
Because neither of us have
Or
played
GTA
Souls.
5.
Neither
GTA 5 is frustrating at times.
neither of us have played the like any of the Souls games all the way through, including Elden
Yeah, I
Ring.
don't get into that shit.
I've played the Call of Duty camp. Call of Duty World at War on Veteran sucks. 'Cause
Yeah,
they
I
spam
guess
grenades.
some of those Call of Duty campaigns on Veteran are pretty tough.
Yeah.
Don't they have some of those games? Don't they have like realism or whatever, which is like a step above Veteran?
So
You like somebody
so
throws a
there's
grenade at you, and if it hits you, you die.
Modern Warfare 2019 and onwards, I think had like realism or realistic difficulty. That's the thing. So there's realism and there's realistic.
Enemy breathes on you, and you die.
Black Ops 3 had a like I think it was I don't know if it was realism or realistic. I don't know which one was which. But that one was apparently so difficult that it was like literally you get shot once and die. It was like you can't survive. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, that's pretty tough.
And then last but not least, we have a second question from our associate producer, Isaiah Nichols. He says, "How is moving into a house, how has it been different than living in your apartment?" So I guess this is just for me, so I'll answer it pretty quickly. One, it was nice to be picky and choose like what we wanted. You know, you get to actually choose where you live. Whereas in an apartment, it's like, hey, these are your options, and you can't really change anything. Like, you know, you get more decisions, I guess,
Yeah.
to be more decisive. Um, it was nice to I guess to have some quiet. Like it's quiet here. Neighbors are friendly. Um, I will say there is a downside. I mean, when something breaks, you gotta like figure it out yourself, or call and pay someone to fix it. Like we had a valve on our water heater start leaking, and I guess it's because the original owner installed the water heater himself, which is a no-no. You're not supposed to do that, but he did it, and of course it's got problems. So it was like 180 bucks for this guy to come out and fix it. Um, so I mean, stuff like that sucks, but welcome to being a homeowner. Like you got to deal with that stuff. Whereas at an apartment complex, you just call maintenance and go, "Hey, my shit's broke," and they go, "All right, we'll be out there within a day or so." And they fix it and they pay for it and all that stuff. They keep up with the maintenance and stuff. Um, but the good thing is like you can have something immediately taken care of. Like because you're paying, there's a priority to it instead of like, "Hey, we'll get to it when we get to it," because we have a list of other people with problems. But yeah, no, I to go back to living in an apartment after this, I think would be heartbreaking. So, yeah, I think that answers the question. Anyways, thank you everybody for your questions. There was a lot this week. That was cool to see, and I think it's because we do the episodes less
Yeah.
often, so more time to think. Um, all right. So I decided that, and I mean, Chris and I will talk about it after this and see if we liked how it went. But we're doing gaming talk and movie talk as their own reoccurring topics every episode. So we're gonna start with movie talk. I showed Chris 3 trailers that came out recently, and we're gonna talk about them, and then anything else we want to talk about. Like he has a list of movies that he's
Mm-hmm.
talking about watching, since he's so behind on everything. Um, we watched the trailer for Tron Ares. It's more of like a teaser trailer. Didn't really
Yeah.
tell you a whole lot, but it looks really cool. Looks high budget. Nine Inch Nails doing the score is awesome because I love Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, and it's almost like another way of saying they're doing it, but it's
Mm-hmm.
their band. Yeah, what'd you think of it? Looks
Without
different.
knowing the storyline, I don't have an opinion.
It looks like the Tron world comes into the real world, which
Yeah.
is different.
Did you see that? Jesus Christ!
Just explodes. No! Go check on check on it. Check on
I
it.
have the remote in my hand.
Oh, you piece of shit. He scared me. I'm like, no. Are you gonna put that on the wall at the new place?
I don't know. I don't want to put anything on the walls.
Dude, they don't care. As long as you're not like cutting a hole out of your drywall, you can put things up. It's expected.
I'll figure it out when I get there. Anyways,
Every apartment I've lived in, I put so much shit up. When I left, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna have fun filling these holes and painting it. They never say anything.
anyways, anyways. So
Be an adult.
I don't know how I feel about Tron though. I'm just without knowing like how the previous movies were, like I don't know as far as like what they were about. I'm like, eh.
I
Like,
think Jared Leto's the lead, and I'm just like,
yeah.
I
I'm
don't know.
sorry.
He's a good actor, but ever since Dallas Buyers Club, I just feel like
I'm
everything he
not
does is the same.
I'm not a huge fan of Jared Leto. He was awful as the Joker.
I thought he was good in Blade Runner because he was like a weird character, and it's like, oh yeah, he's a weirdo. So
Yeah, but dude, literally, was
I feel like anybody could have played that, but
yeah,
he was a good
I
choice.
feel like whenever he plays someone that's supposed to be like crazy, he does it the exact same way every time.
There's a movie called Panic Room where he's more of like a thug kind of guy. He was good in that. I don't know. He's a good musician.
I just don't think there's ever been a role aside from, wasn't he in God, what's the movie with
Morbius. No, I'm just kidding.
no, American Psycho? Was he in American Psycho?
Yeah. Hey, Paul. Yeah.
Yeah, like that was when it was like, oh, that's funny that he's in that movie. Like it's kind of like a, I don't know. I liked those roles better more than the movies that he's in now. Like I just don't think that he's. Didn't he try and start a cult?
I don't know.
I think he
Never
tried to
heard
start.
that.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Okay, no. Anyways, I think it looks cool. I thought Tron Legacy was great. I still haven't seen the original. I think I've seen bits and pieces of the original, and it's pretty unique in terms of style and everything.
He did start a cult
But
years ago.
Maybe I'll watch the other two Tron movies and go see the new one.
I
Um,
saw a clip of the first one and I was like, oh my god, that looks awful. It does not look good.
um, dude, you like making that movie was so difficult in terms of the style they went for, though. You know, like it was the first time they'd ever like put somebody like made it seem like they're inside a
Yeah,
video game.
like, you can tell like they were just limited by the technology they had at the time.
Yeah,
But it
but it's
looks
still like a good movie.
I'm sure it is, but it just looks
Yeah.
bad. Dude, I saw
I think I heard people say the 4K remaster looks great, but
I saw well, I'll talk about during gaming talk, but anyways.
okay.
Um
You want to move on to the next one?
yeah, so
Um,
Megan.
yeah. So the first Megan,
You
I was
spelled it wrong.
frustrated because, huh?
You put Megan, not
I didn't put the three. Whatever.
Mithrigan.
Yeah, Mithrigan. So the first Megan, I was a little disappointed because it was supposed to be rated R, and then Blumhouse did that thing where they're like, let's make it PG-13 so everybody can see it, and then it was like a hit because kids could go see it, and it was I mean, it definitely pushed the boundaries for a PG-13 movie, but it was in this weird gray area where it was like edgy but not edgy, and just I was like, it's fine. I liked it better than Five Nights at Freddy's. I'll say that.
It's
Um,
not saying much.
Second trailer seems like they're going kind of like a Terminator 2 route, and there was a lot of homages to the Terminator franchise in the first one. So now it's like Megan is a good person, and it looks like it makes for fun banter and stuff, and they're leaning into it, and the budget looks good. I'm still not a huge fan of the cinematography style they use for these movies, though. They look like cheap, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
I don't
know.
know. I almost want to ask my cinematographer, be like, hey, watch Megan and then tell me, and then watch the trailer for the second one. Tell me why the movie looks like that, because I don't like it. I want to avoid that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks like it could be a fun movie, but I'm also once again I haven't seen the first one, so I'm like,
It's on Fandango if you want to just turn your brain off.
well, because is it supposed to be a horror movie the first one, or is it supposed to be funny?
It's a horror movie, but it leans into the campiness.
Yeah, I don't know, because it seems like this one
It is funny,
they're
but
going for more of a comedy than a horror
yeah,
movie.
it definitely seems like it. But it looks fun. I'll see it just for shits and giggles, I think.
Yeah.
I just want I legitimately want some good horror movies. I feel like there's not a lot. What, the
Is
cat?
Sparky?
Yeah. I don't have a door yet, okay? He just comes in when he wants.
Just chilling.
But yeah, anyways, let us know in the comments what you think of Tron and Megan, but also let us know about this next one because this is the one I'm most excited about out of the trailers that recently released. I showed Chris the trailer for One Battle After Another with Leonardo DiCaprio and Paul Thomas. It's the first Paul Thomas Anderson movie that Leo's in, so people are calling it, like a huge team up. It's like Martin Scorsese and Leo level greatness we got here. Benicio del Toro looks good in it too.
Yeah. Well, but
Um,
he in general, like I always like seeing him in movies because he's
yeah, I would love to work with him
yeah.
someday.
Uh, I I'm like, okay, like it looks cool, but like, what is it about? And
So yeah, it seems like Leo is ex-military, and for some reason they're after him, and they took his daughter, and she's a baby, I guess. So it's like I'm trying to find my daughter, and I don't know. That's the way he's dressed and stuff. I don't know if he's trying to like lay low or what, but he's dressed like a homeless dude.
yeah,
And I mean, there was some really cool moments in the trailer where I'm like, why are they doing? I don't know why they're doing what they're doing. Like when Benicio said something about like being reckless, and he's like speeding up in the car, and then Leo starts climbing out of the car, and I was like, what is like, is he trying to get away from Benicio? But then Benicio's like, go, and then he like rolls out, and
yeah,
I'm like, no, they were like planning something. So I'm like, I like the cinematography style. I liked the road stuff that they showed. Like I was like, that looks like here almost. I think they must have shot it in like outskirts of California, Nevada area or something. I think they shot in LA, but um I love the vibe that it's got. It looks like it's funny. The last part of the trailer, after like the title and everything
yeah,
popped up, looked hilarious.
yeah,
Where Leonardo was like, "Viva la revolution!" He's like,
yeah.
"Yeah." So I'm really stoked for that, and I think it might be Paul Thomas Anderson's biggest budget.
Hmm.
Um, think it's like $150 million movie or something like that. I could be wrong. It might be less than that. Let me just look it up. We have time. One battle after another. But yeah, what do you think?
Like I
You
said,
gonna
I
watch it at some point?
at some point maybe, but it's one of those things. I don't see movies in theaters unless I'm like,
It's playing in IMAX, so 115 million. Yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty big budget.
I don't know.
I'll probably see it in IMAX just for
I'm
the
like I'm not gonna see a
hell of it.
Minecraft movie in theaters. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that.
Did you hear about the trend that's going on with that, by the way?
Where people are just freaking out and dumping popcorn everywhere.
So it's the water bucket. They're saying water bucket release, and they throw a bucket of popcorn at the screen.
Oh, yeah. See, and like I saw the aftermath with like that sad piano music, like
Yeah.
because the theater workers have to clean it up. But I bet you the theaters are so happy because they're selling so much concessions, because people are like buying popcorn just to throw it.
Well, the
So,
theaters might be happy, but the workers sure ain't. That sucks to clean up.
I mean, I remember working those like big opening weekends, like Frozen 2, and it would be like ices dumped everywhere from the kids and stuff like that. And yeah, that sucked, but usually we had more people because they were like prepared for it. So I guess if you're working at a theater that's understaffed, it sucks, but
Well,
that's the
cause
job, man. I
well,
loved cleaning up theaters.
so I know
You got fast at it.
the way that it worked for us is that you would clean up an auditorium and then
You'd
the
always find weird stuff.
yeah which I won't get into, but uh the so you would clean up the auditorium just enough so that when the next people come in, they're not like, oh, it's gross in here. But at the end of the night, they usually have a crew that goes in and they deep clean the place. So you'd always get a reset at the end of the night. But
Yeah.
it's just you're not you're less cleaning and more so just like getting stuff out of the way.
Yeah. But we would find all kinds of stuff: sunglasses, unopened candy.
If you're in a
Um,
50 Shades
I
of
found a
Grey,
phone one
I,
time.
I
Like we would have to take it to guest services.
I guess 50 Shades of Grey had some adult items. Yeah,
Jesus,
yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah. That's gross.
Um,
You see beer in there sometimes, and I'm like, how'd you get
oh,
this
I
in
would
there?
find wine coolers and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
I think that's even more common now. Yeah, I saw. So the movie theaters, so they just did CinemaCon, and CinemaCon is where they present movies, but it's geared towards theater chain owners. So they're catering to the theaters, right? And so they were discussing things. They said, one, they want to move the window release, I think, to a minimum of 60 days, which I agree with, or maybe it was 45. I don't know. Because right now it's like as little as 18 days later, movies will come out on digital after coming out in
Oh
theaters.
wow.
And it's like, if a movie's coming out like that and you don't have to go see it, it's like, just wait, Like, so that's annoying. I think they need to fix that and make it exclusive again because it makes the experience more valuable. I think it should be minimum 60 days. It used to be 90.
Whoa.
Yeah, you would like have to wait 5, 6 months sometimes for a movie to come out on DVD or Blu-ray. And so it felt like an experience. Like, oh yeah, I saw that in the theater.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I wish I had seen it that soon. And because then it was harder to like not avoid
It's
spoilers,
just way too easy to release stuff digitally now. So it's
Yeah,
kind of hard.
but
I mean, dude, even the Minecraft movie, did you see? There's like the
I saw on TikTok it's like the whole Minecraft movie in 20 seconds.
yeah, but the entire movie before it was done being edited is available online. I'm like, how did that happen?
Pirating, man, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
but like I'm talking like there's visual effects that like aren't even in yet, and it's
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, like there's
Somebody fucked up.
yeah, either or might have been on purpose, but yeah, either way, it's like there's like a scene where like there's villagers in the background. They don't even actually have the heads put on
Huh.
correctly. It's just like people in like oversized suits.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
would be interested in seeing the behind the scenes for that and how they pulled that off because it was
hey, good
pretty
job, dude.
seamless. Yeah. Anyways, let us know in the comments what you think of those three trailers that came out: Tron Ares, Megan 2.0, One Battle After Another. And we're gonna end movie talk with Chris giving us his list of movies that he wants to catch up on.
So I need to watch The Big Short,
Yes.
The Great Outdoors, Revenge of the
Classic.
Nerds, Dumb and
Never seen
Dumber.
Revenge of the Nerds.
I think Dad's seen it. I think that's where the was it Kappa? I don't remember what it was, but there's some frat that has like a really stupid name. Um, Dumb and Dumber, um,
That's really good.
uh, the Ernest movies I need to rewatch because it's been so long.
Which one?
The Ernest movies, like
Oh, all of them?
yeah,
Yeah. I'm due
um,
for a rewatch on those too. Some of those are hard to find.
yeah, Heat,
Ernest in the Army. Oh gosh, that should be at the top of your list.
Waterboy,
Never seen the whole thing.
2001: A Space Odyssey, La La Land,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dazed and Confused,
Mm-hmm.
um, Mystery Men.
Eh,
Uh, so the reason why
fine.
that got brought up is because at work someone was like, if you could have a superpower, what would it be? And me being annoying, I was like, oh, I would have the superpower of I can turn invisible, but only when nobody's looking at me.
Yeah, that's somebody's power and that.
Yeah,
And so they're
yeah.
like, "Show us." And he's like, "I can't. You can't. You got to turn away."
So the thing is, I had heard when cause I brought somebody else, and they were like, "Yeah, well, actually, I think that's like a key plot point is that like he's able to avoid cameras because if no one's looking at the camera, then how can they see him, right? Like the cameras won't catch him. So and I was like, oh, so it actually is kind of useful. I didn't mean it that way, but
I
yeah, it is
guess,
kind
yeah.
of useful. So I was like, that's kind of
Um.
cool. I need to watch Godzilla minus one.
Oh,
Um,
that should. Yeah, that should be up there with Heat.
and then there was this one clip that I saw, and I was like, oh, that's about Howard Hughes, and it was Leonardo DiCaprio. And it's called The Aviator, and I heard it wasn't that
Hate
good.
that movie. Yeah,
Yeah, I heard it
it's
wasn't that
so
good, but
slow.
is it? But what is it even
Yeah,
like? I don't. Is it just about?
it's Howard Hughes, but Howard Hughes is a movie director who was a pilot and he basically went crazy and like the last third of the movie is like him holed up in his room like pissing in bottles. It's not boring.
Oh,
Was not a fan. Great acting, but story wise just did not care.
I didn't know that Howard Hughes like went.
It's so long.
I didn't know he went like crazy.
Yeah, he went insane.
Is that's that because that dude was like
It's not
rich.
it's not a good watch. Like I was just like, ugh, when is this gonna get good? And it just never did.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
yeah,
I would
because
take that one off.
I saw a couple of clips and I was like, oh, that looks interesting. But yeah, if that was just like the
Yeah, you
only
probably saw like
highlight.
the only interesting movie point in the movie. Yeah, it's
Mm. Okay. Well,
yeah,
you want to get into some gaming talk?
yeah, gaming talk.
So I want to
Um,
say this right now, okay? I don't like Warzone, but we played Verdansk, and I actually enjoyed it, and that should tell you a lot. I had
I only
fun.
play casual mode.
Yeah, I don't think playing it like
It's too
on solo
sweaty
mode,
with the regular.
but casual is
Maybe
fun.
maybe Ben can play with us.
Yeah,
To hop in and play some.
yeah. I did enjoy it, but I'm hearing people are having issues with stuttering.
I haven't had any
I
issues.
haven't had issues either, but I've heard people are having issues with it, which I was like, that
I
sucks.
so you know how Nvidia they have like a new app now.
Yeah,
Like it's not GeForce Experience or whatever it was called before.
I think it's literally called the
It
exact
lets
app.
you it lets you toggle between gaming a gaming version of the app or a studio
Right.
version. And studios for like editing.
Yeah.
So I switched to studio and I've been gaming and I don't notice a difference. But it's supposed to be performance is more geared towards editing.
Yeah.
So I'll let you know if I notice anything, but that's cool because I plan on editing some films here. So um I think because I was talking to Ben, he's talking about getting a new graphics card. I think I'll wait for the 6 series, but I just hope the 6 series is compatible, and I
Well,
hope I don't need a new power supply because I know they are energy hogs.
here's the only
So
problem.
might just
Um,
get a new PC at that point.
with the tariffs, they're pretty sure GPU prices are
I
gonna skyrocket.
I thought about making tariffs a topic, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think the tariffs are gonna be that long of a thing. I think it's just
Well, dude, they
dick measuring.
well, between us and China, because someone was like, "Hey, isn't this
It's not
stupid?"
a sustainable thing.
Someone was like, "Isn't this stupid?" Because like, they keep raising the numbers, but why not just like raise it to like 8 bajillion? Like,
Well,
just come
here's
up
the
with a bigger
thing.
number.
So far they're raising the numbers, but they haven't implemented them, as far as I know.
I know
Ours are
for
paused.
what do you mean ours are paused?
Literally, Trump said like they're not going into effect yet,
For
but
everybody
there's
but China, is what he said.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. Anyways, I can't even keep up with it. But last I saw, we were putting 125%, and China
or it's
said like
100.
300.
I didn't see 300, but I know we're at 145 and they're at 125. That's the last thing I saw.
Okay, current tariff numbers.
It's
Okay, Beijing slaps 125% tariffs on all U.S. goods. They also said they might not allow U.S. movies there anymore,
yep.
which Hollywood is like, oh no, fuck.
But so it was 100.
145%, yeah.
Yeah. So because I think it was supposed to be 125 or 120 originally, and then Trump was like, "Oh, wait. Just to be clear, that's on top of the 20 or 25% that I had said originally. So now it's actually 145." And so that's when China was like, "What? Okay, fine. We'll do 125." And it's like, okay, our number's still higher. So so we're winning right now, but I don't know if
Yeah,
I don't know how
it's
much longer it's gonna go on. The stock market's been ridiculous lately.
yeah, it's I've been not even really like paying attention. We went to like one of our neighbors' kids had a birthday party and we went over and like, it was my first time like meeting strangers, adults that are also parents, and
Yeah,
tariffs came up and it's like the only thing that like bothers me is that it's kind of like proven that like anytime there's tariffs or something like that, like companies that aren't even affected will raise their prices and blame it on tariffs just
yeah,
to make more profit. And so that's shitty. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. Politics no fun. Fuck that
yeah.
stuff. Um yeah, we'll see how it affects things. But I guess that's a good way to segue. But first I wanted to say if we hop on Warzone, I think the Jay and Silent Bob skins are up,
They
so I'm
are.
definitely
They are.
buying this.
They are.
Yeah,
They
I'm
are.
getting them. Instant cop. I saw they did a little ad for it and it was awesome.
Was the
Like
G Fuel man
Jay,
in it?
I wish. Um but speaking of tariffs, the Nintendo Switch 2 is overpriced AF. They just said that it performs at PS4 level graphics
And it's like 400.
performance, and it's 400, right? I thought it was close to 500.
I don't
Right,
know.
and let me look it up. Price. I
But
mean, either way, with tax, you're talking 500 plus.
here's my thing. PS4 level performance in a handheld is really actually like kind of
My Steam
awesome.
Deck beats the shit out of that.
Does it?
Yeah,
Oh.
and it's an OLED
Yeah,
screen
but
and all that shit.
can you play Mario on it? Can you play Mario on it?
Yes,
You can play Mario on the Steam Deck?
I've seen people emulating, and they have like the whole Nintendo library on it.
Oh, well, I mean legally can you do
No, but you can't like you could say that about anything that people do.
that?
It's like saying, "Oh, I can watch the Minecraft movie before it's out," you know? Um so June 5th, 2025 is the expected release date. The introductory price is 450. You
450.
can get it with the Mario game for 500, which they were like, "Oh, you're saving money because the games are going to cost
$80?
$80
Yeah.
for the digital version, 90 for the physical version." But I was seeing the argument online being if you buy the physical version and it's basically just a card that gives you the license to download the game, and the physical version actually holds value because you can give that to somebody, and they give you $50 and now they can play a game that would have cost them, $80 to buy digitally. So I guess keeping the physical cards because it's we're getting to the point where it's like, why do you even sell discs and stuff anymore? It's just an
Well,
extra manufacturing
the
price.
only problem is that companies have a like bit of they have like a weird policy where it's like if you look in their terms and conditions, it says that when you buy a game digitally, you are not buying it, you don't own it. You are essentially like paying for the opportunity to play the game, and they can
Yeah,
throw
that's
bits of that
that
out.
wording is like what?
Yeah,
The opportunity,
yeah.
like it's a privilege. Like I
Essentially,
paid for
yeah.
the motherfucker.
Meanwhile, so if you, I think GOG actually lets you buy the game, like you own the game. That's like the
Yeah.
only platform that does that, as far as I'm aware. I think Steam basically like you
Um.
have to have the permission to play the game.
I'm gonna look up the Steam Deck prices because I'm telling you right now, like, That's if somebody was like on the fence about getting a Nintendo Switch 2, I would say just get a fucking Steam Deck. It's so much more
I want to get.
you
I
can
want to get
get
a.
out of it.
I want to get a wireless VR headset. That's what I want.
I've thought about doing that. We actually have room. So, yeah, look, the base. So they have the LCD still, which I think they're gonna phase out eventually. LCD 256 gigs, which is the same that the Nintendo Switch has, right? Uh, 2 to 8 hour battery, depending on the game, which Nintendo Switch said like
Did you
I
say
think
two-day hour battery?
2 to 8 hour
Oh,
battery.
okay.
The Nintendo Switch said like 3 to 6 or something. Um, 60 hertz refresh rate. I think that's one of the things that the Nintendo Switch has on it now. I think maybe they do 120. I think the screen maybe the same size,
Okay,
or
but
the
what's
new
the
Switch might be a
price?
little bigger. 399. But you get access to the whole Steam library, which is like
True.
how I mean the amount of games you can play on that is huge
Although,
compared to just
is
Nintendo
do you
games.
actually get access to every Steam game though? Because I heard that like certain games
Yeah,
don't
no,
work.
certain games you have to like configure yourself, but I haven't they have like a rating system that shows you how compatible it is,
Right.
and like I've seen very few games where it's like not supported. Um what I would recommend though is they have the OLED model for 549. That's 512 gigs, slightly bigger screen, 90 hertz refresh rate, better Wi-Fi bands in it, better battery, 3 to 12 hours of gameplay. Um, it comes with a carrying case too. Like the Nintendo Switch, you have to buy all that shit. It's all
That's
accessories.
messed up. Holy crap.
Um, but what I got was the 1 terabyte OLED for 649, and that has all the same stuff, but it also came with a nicer carrying case with a removable liner. It also comes with premium anti glare etched glass, which is really nice. And then you get like exclusive Steam profile bundle and a bunch of other stuff. And you could change the startup. Like when it starts up with the Steam logo, I have one where the guy goes, Steam Deck. Like a little, he looks like Mario. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he comes
um,
up, it's the Steam Deck.
um,
Awesome.
but like when the Steam Deck first got released, what they were doing is people were like pre-ordering it, and then
Hmm.
Gabe Newell was showing up to people's houses and delivering it personally. Did you hear
That's
about
cool.
that?
No, but
That's so
that's
freaking
cool.
dope.
You can also get. I don't have this, but I've thought about getting it. They have a Steam Deck docking station that you can connect it to your your TV and
Okay, is
play it like that.
that's one
So
thing,
Nintendo does that same thing.
but does the Switch come with the docking station? You have to buy that separately.
I think you have to buy everything separately for the
What a
Switch, man.
scam! That's stupid.
That's Nintendo for you. But anyways, they had pre-orders up for the Switch, and then
They
they
took
went
them
away
down.
because of the tariffs.
They're
And
saying
they
they're gonna
said
try
that
not to
that
raise the
price
prices.
they're saying they're going to raise the price, but that price originally was with like early tariffs in mind. So that's crazy.
Oh.
It just shows that, they I don't know. And people are mad because the whole $80 digital, $90 physical copy, they say that like all the other gaming companies are going to, raise their prices to that same standard.
Yeah,
So fuck Nintendo for starting that.
I'm convinced that GTA 5 or GTA 6 will be $100, and I'm not
Ugh.
buying it. I'm not buying it.
It's that thing's not gonna be on sale for like the first 2 or 3 years,
Yeah, I'm
or they'll
not
be like,
buying
oh,
it.
it's on sale and it's $10 cheaper and it's $90.
I go, yeah. Well, I've had Fallout 4 since it first came out, and it was $60 when I bought it.
I am not getting GTA 6 until it's on PC. I have no desire to play that on
Yeah.
console. I might play it at Ben's or something because they always get games when they first come out. So, but anyways, that's gaming talk this week. Yeah, Verdansk is fun. Join our Discord. Join the Patreon at least tier 1. If you join at tier 2, we're gonna decide what game we're gonna play this weekend.
I'm
I think it's gonna be either Warzone or Rainbow Six.
I'm
So
still down to do the
maybe
Minecraft server
Fortnite.
thing.
Yeah, you should. I think if you made like a little announcement or did like a Minecraft server channel in the Discord, people would
Yeah.
totally be down
I,
for
s-
that.
I, s- I
Especially
gotta
right now with the popularity of it.
I gotta wait until I move,
Until
but
you move, yeah.
Yeah, because for
Yeah.
some reason, Cox Internet does not let you.
Cox. Oh.
Well, you want to talk about your internet?
Yeah.
This
So
guy.
Easy Fiber sent us a notice or put a notice on our door, I think, or it was in the mail. We're getting Easy Fiber in our neighborhood. And if people don't know what that is, when I was in San Francisco, we had Google Fiber, and San Francisco was one of the first cities to get it because Google headquarters is there. Um, I had so right now I pay like 190 after tax a month for Xfinity, and it's supposed to be 1.2 gig speed download and like 50 Mbps
Megabit for
upload.
upload. Jesus Christ.
And I talked to them and they're like, that's just our upload speeds. There's nothing you can do about it. Like, and I'm like, God, it's so shitty because like it's so much slower than the download.
Yeah.
That's 190 a month. Okay. Unlimited data. I remember when I was in Washington, we were only had allowed to have 300 gigs, and they started charging us like some special rate for every gig after that. So that sucked.
Yep.
Got expensive quick. Like you had to be careful how many games you downloaded
Yep.
that month.
Yep.
Anyways, Easy Fiber. They had three different speeds, 3 gigs per second,
Both up
5 gigs
down.
per second, and 8 gigs per second. 8 gigs per second being the highest you can get, $119 a month. Not even a 99, just a 119. It says lock in the price for life. Never going to have to pay more than 119. No hidden fees, no nothing. I was like, really? I looked up on Reddit. People are like, yeah, they said our bill would be 119, and it's 119. 8 GB download and upload, which means I can upload the Minecraft movie in 5 seconds. Like,
Well, so yeah.
it'll take longer for the upload to start and stop than it will to actually upload it.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing.
Tokyo level internet speeds,
Up,
man.
up and down. Why
Down.
is it so hard to make your upload speed the same as your download speed?
I
What
don't know. It
is
has something to
wrong
do
with
with
you?
the actual cables and how they work. And I guess
Yeah.
fiber allows you to do it both
Okay,
ways.
freaking Spectrum. Okay, Cox. Okay,
But
Xfinity.
it
Use better cables. You guys have billions of dollars. Yeah, whatever.
so anyways, they said it's going to be available in your area sometime in 2025. You don't have to do anything, but we're letting you know it's going to be available. But if you want to be one of the first people to have it installed in your home, $10. It's almost like reserving a Tesla or something.
Right.
$10 puts you on the priority wait list. I did that because I was like, $10 is nothing, and that means I get it sooner than later.
Right.
And I think it said I was like number 3 on the list in our neighborhood. I'm like,
Nice.
let's fucking go, dude. I'm gonna be I don't like I don't know why I thought it was like the goon cave or whatever.
Oh my God! No,
I'm kidding.
Why
It's a
would
joke.
you say
It's a
that?
joke. But like the day you get 8 GB, it's just like it's crazy. It's everywhere. 8K. I'm kidding. Yeah, no, it's
That's
well, I'm
awful.
so excited, man. I'm so excited. And not only that, all these other internet services, they constantly make you bundle TV and like phone service. Like we have a landline phone service that we don't use, but it's because if you have it, it takes like $20 off your bill. You know what I mean? Like just a bunch of unnecessary shit that just
Yeah.
makes them feel like they're selling you more than they really are. And we don't use it. So I'm like, yeah, I would love to have literally 8 times the internet speed and like what is it? Way like unfathomable like day and night difference in upload speed
Yeah, and I'm also sure it's more
for
reliable.
$80 for like what is it, $70 less a month.
How much did you say you were paying?
190 after tax.
Yeah, so $70 less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's never gonna go up, they said.
Yeah.
Unless we move.
Which you probably won't.
Not for the next 10 years at the very least.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well.
Like I told Bobby, I'm like, once the kids move out, we'll reassess, you know?
Yeah.
Or at least once Theo moves out, we'll reassess. Because I feel like when that happens, you know, she'll just get to decide if she wants to stay in the room she has or move into Theo's, and then whichever one will become a permanent guest room. But um, I can't wait to have a door in my office. I think we're gonna paint this wall gray, just the whole thing, because I'm gonna do my auditions, and instead of putting a sheet up, I'd rather just be able to, I don't know. I'm almost like, why don't we just paint the whole room gray? But that would be such a pain in the ass to move everything. So I don't know.
Like a light
Anyways,
gray or a dark gray?
dark gray.
Okay, I respect that. That's what I wanted. I wanted my bedroom to be like that when I swapped rooms when I was still living with mom and dad. I wanted like a darker color, and they were like, "No, it makes the room look smaller." And I was like,
I do. I remember when mom and dad were looking at houses in the neighborhood that we lived in, and they found another house like not too far away from the one that we grew up in that was like the same layout, but all the walls and everything were painted black, and they were like,
"Well, was it? I thought that was the same house." Or no, no, no. Our
no,
our house had a giant mirror on the wall.
yeah, it like that house was built in the 70s, and so like the whole living room area was like a conversation room where like you're supposed to sit around like a little fire pit and talk.
What
And
a crazy idea.
there were giant glass mirrors like it was a ballet studio on one side of the wall,
Well,
and they were like, yeah, we're taking those down because the kids are gonna break them the first day we move in.
I heard that the
I have to pee so bad. Can I run and pee real quick? Are we able to pause this, or should we just
fine.
stick it out? We'll just stick it out.
Stick it
We're
out.
almost done. Anyways, if you have anything else to say about that,
Uh,
go
uh,
ahead, but we should move on.
I was gonna say I think that the there was that house that had the black walls was like a room to make sure you didn't have like a bad trip while you were doing LSD.
Oh God.
Yeah,
No,
right.
they said the whole house was painted like that.
The whole house? Wow, I don't know what's up with that. Anyways,
Weird, right?
yeah.
Like goth people live there or something. Like a Nosferatu's house. Their walls are painted black, like my soul.
Oh, Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. The neighbor. He's just getting the mail. um, yeah, flipping the light switch.
Yeah.
uh, anyways, one thing I want to talk about is I've probably talked about it before, but just want to reiterate. I think New Mexico, for as much of a bad rap it gets for crime and stuff, I think they are one of the only states that has the DMV figured out.
Oh wow.
My appointment to get my driver's license updated for the new address was for like 11 o'clock, and we showed up 15 minutes early. 10 minutes before our appointment, it lets you go on the kiosk and check in. We were out the door at 11, so it took 10 minutes,
I need to get a new
and there was a
license.
bunch of people there.
When I move, I have to get a new license, and it's gonna be fun.
But I don't know why it's like somebody actually like came up with a system using their brain, and DMV here is not a bad, not an inconvenience.
I don't know.
Because I remember in Arizona, it felt like you were there for hours.
Usually you're there for at least an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, and like everybody there's coughing, and it's just awful.
Although I remember like part of it was you went in and there was like they had lines you could go into, and then you have somebody that helps you out, and they're like, "Do you have this? Yeah. Do you have this? Yeah. Do you have this? Yeah. No. It needs to be this. Come back next week." Oh, what is it like?
Yeah, next week. I don't know, but dude, it was seamless, and yeah, I that's one of the things that I could definitely like flex about New Mexico is
Yeah.
the DMV is not a bad experience, because you got to think about it. Like, anytime you move, sell a car, anything like that, like, and you have to deal with the DMV, like, it's always like, oh, here we go.
I'm
But
not excited.
like, I have to renew my registration before July, and I'm like, it's gonna take me 5 seconds to just drop in and do that.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm not excited to have to do that when I move, but it'll be fine once it's over. It's
um,
nice.
yeah, I put DMV fiascos just because I remember in Arizona, like, people would get so pissed when they found out that like they needed something
Yeah.
that they didn't have. They're like, I drove all the way across town. You can't just do it. No, we can't do it without this form. And it's like, all right, well, what if I just like run home and come back? No, you'll have to come back in a couple of days. We're all
It's
booked
like,
up.
but I'm working in 2 days.
Yeah, but it's like,
Come
but I
back
can't.
next
Well, I
week.
guess you'll have to figure it out. Just call us. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, you guys don't answer the phone.
Yep.
Leave us a voicemail, send us an email or something like that. It's like, God, dude, why does it
Yeah.
suck so bad? But yeah, it's great here. It took 2 seconds. I was so like, Bobby took her driver's license photo like 3 times because she wasn't happy with it, and I'm like, I just do it. And I don't care.
Yeah.
My last driver's license photo was so bad. I had eczema on my eye. It looked like somebody punched me, and like I didn't know how they were gonna do it at that one, and like it was packed and the person was grumpy, and so they took it and it was just like, oh yeah, that looks like a mugshot. This one I just did like a soft like
Yeah.
headshot, kind of like,
In
and it
front
looks
of gang
great.
signs and.
Yeah, no, I'm actually really happy with it. I'm like, I hope I get to keep that one,
I've had the
but I
same picture since I was like 16.
my driver's license is good till 2020 2029, I believe.
Oh, so
But
they're
like
not they're
my
not
air
like
no, Arizona is one of the few states that does like,
it's till you're like
you don't
65
have,
or something like that. Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. It's like they do not want you to come. Like, how do they have it like that, but then it's still always so packed? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense.
I
It
don't
does
know.
not make any sense. Anyways, um, to wrap up the episode because I'm gonna piss myself.
I drank too much liquid. Now I gotta piss.
What's your recommendation for the week?
So I actually watched The Matrix last weekend. Okay, I know you were like, it's so overrated.
I don't
It's
like the
not good,
style.
dude. I actually really enjoyed it. I
It's a
know
cool concept and everything.
I need to watch. I need to watch the next few because I know the next two are really bad, and then the fourth one you said was like kind of just a whatever.
Remake, yeah,
Yeah, but
felt like it.
I really enjoyed it. At first I was like, what am I watching? And then as time went on, I was like, oh, like this. No, I'm following the story pretty well here. Like I understand, and I mean like
I don't know. I keep drinking G Fuel if I gotta piss. Ugh.
if that movie was just like in a vacuum, isolated, that's all. It was only that movie. I think
Yeah, it would.
I
Yeah,
yeah it like I
they
really
tarnished it.
yeah. So I'll have to watch the next two at least one of them this weekend. Um,
It's like an animated one too.
the
That is
Animatrix.
actually yeah, yeah, and it's like a part of the main storyline.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But
I don't
I
know.
did enjoy it. And there were some parts where I was like, there's actually a moment where I was like, oh, that's really cool. Like that's how you
Yeah,
know he's
I
gotten
don't
to
know.
this point, you know?
I think it was just one of those things where like it had such a cultural impact, and I always hear people talk about it, how like genius the idea is and stuff like that. And then and then I watched it and I was just like, this is what people are freaking out about. Like it
Yeah,
just feels like a '90s action movie with
but
like a clever concept.
here's the problem, okay? And I was talking to somebody at work about this.
God, dude, I'm gonna piss myself.
Okay, well, stop thinking about water.
It's not that. My bladder feels like it's gonna explode.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try and talk fast, okay? So, anyways, I was talking to this guy at
Ah.
work, and I was explaining to him like, yeah, you kind of mentioned that like it's kind of cliche, and I'm like, well, I go into it thinking, well, you know, this is where all those tropes came from, right? And they're like, you know, I watched The Godfather, and I was thinking the exact same thing, where it was like, oh, this is so cliche, and I thought about it, and I was like, it's cliche because this is
It
where it all
started the
came from.
cliches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that might be kind of what puts you in that mindset, but I don't know, I liked it, I enjoyed it.
I don't know. I don't like the color palette, and I don't know. It leans into the cheese, and Keanu Reeves is a certain style of actor,
Yeah.
like the way he acts, and something about the way that movie is. It just, I don't know. There's so many moments that feel memeable, and you see them all the time. But like the
Yeah.
fighting scene in the dojo, like
Dude,
you see
the
that shit all the
dojo scene.
time.
You know, when I was watching it the entire
It's
time,
cool,
you know what
but
I was
yeah,
thinking of? Remember that old video where it was like the fart tricks, and it was
yeah,
like
yeah,
every time they would hit, they would fart. Literally, it's the only thing I could think about the entire
yeah,
time. But it was
yeah. It
really
ruined
good.
it for me.
I really did like
But
that.
I want
That
to watch A Scanner Darkly. That's like a weird, like motion cap animated, like comic book looking thing. I always heard really good things about it, and that's got Keanu Reeves. I don't know why I thought about that. I think it was the Animatrix that made me think of it. But anyways, cool pick. Yeah, The Matrix. If you haven't seen it, everybody should watch it at least once.
Yeah.
You know, whether you like it or not. There's some inventive camera stuff they did with that one, like that slow mo bullet thing. If you watch how they made that, it's pretty mind blowing. Because they basically used a bunch of cameras, like a circle of cameras,
Mm.
like 12 cameras or something like that, something crazy.
6 monitors.
Boon
What's
Cave.
oh, okay.
I'm kidding. Uh, never mind. I'm gonna piss, so I gotta
Ben
move on.
computers.
Um, I want to recommend an album. My composer Zane Alexander, who's working on Always Ready. He's already working on demos for it, which is just like cool to see somebody like jump into it like that and take it so seriously and passionately. He is. I don't know if you listen to any of it, Chris, but he
No, I got the
um
chance to yesterday.
he released an album called Mid Realm, and it's inspired by it's instrumental music, but it's inspired by the old Linkin Park and Tame Impala, stuff like that. I think he is very talented. Go support his music. He's got a bunch of good stuff, and there's tracks in there where you're gonna hear it, and then you're gonna watch Always Ready. You're gonna be like, that sounds like that one song because I took tracks and I'm like, this is what I want you to use as inspiration for this movie.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of stuff in there. But his new album Mid Realm dropped like a couple weeks ago. It's great all the way through. Really good like study workflow music in my opinion, or like gaming music if you're playing like something grindy and you just want to like zone in. He's a very talented guy, and he's also a very nice person. So always happy to plug somebody talented and passionate's work. He deserves it, and he's been doing it for a really long time. And for somebody who not hasn't necessarily blown up and gone viral per se, like to see somebody stay that dedicated to it and evolve. And like I listened to like one of his first tracks, and it was like a hip hop style song with like vocals and stuff, and I was like, whoa, he like wasn't sure what he wanted to do yet. And
Yeah.
it's fine, but you can see where he like found his own style and voice and stuff. And it's in the synth wave genre. It's called like new wave, like vaporwave or something like that. I
Oh,
think he calls
vaporwave.
himself a yeah. It's unique stuff. I want to put it in my film because I think there's nothing like it. That's
Va-
basically like if I can introduce people to a style of music, I think I've done something, you
Yeah.
know?
Cause like vaporwave, that's what I used to like when I was like 13, 14, when I was first starting to get into like those kinds of genres where it was like you had like synthwave and stuff like that. And
Like
I
post wave or something. I
I
can't
will
remember what he calls
I
it.
well because it's usually like the synthy stuff, yeah.
All the
But
waves, yeah, but it's in the
um
synthwave genre.
the as far as vaporwave, I will actually give a second recommendation for once. Um, Luxury Elite.
Okay, I'll check them out.
That's like it's very like a very unique style of music. I can send you a song, but
Sure. Yeah.
it's
Right now, I just want to be
I know,
listen.
I know, I know. But it's like a lot of they'll usually sample like older music and then they'll do some stuff to make it sound like kind of ethereal in a way. It's really
That's cool.
very cool genre. So,
Yeah.
but
Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. Getting into the groove here with the new schedule. Maybe we may skip a week if Chris moves and it lands on the week that we do the podcast because I don't know if I want to record something without him, and I would have to figure out how to record it all. And I already have a ton of stuff going on with this film, so I don't know if I can do it. But we'll figure that out, and we'll make up for it somehow. Maybe we'll do like a bonus hour episode or something to make up for it. I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll come up with a plan.
well, we could always
But
do 2 episodes in a row or something.
that's
like
true.
that. So
But check out Mid Realm, the album Mid Realm by Zane Alexander. Check out The Matrix. Check out Luxury Elite. Is that what you called it?
yeah,
Yeah, Luxury Elite. Get some G Fuel, get some Fit Butters, code Danny D, join our Patreon, subscribe to the new channel. If you're
Yes.
watching a clip or something and like, like you'll see that I don't know why I'm talking about it like that. That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, we're on the Cool Ranch Corner YouTube channel now.
yeah.
So subscribe. Tell anybody that you know that watches the podcast if they're like, "Hey, what happened?" It just like it migrated to a new
And
channel. So
usually when people don't see an episode on your channel, they will come to my channel and be like, "What
yeah.
happened? What's going on?" So,
And Chris is I don't know what the plan is, but we're gonna start posting short clips
yeah, once,
as shorts to drive traffic to the
Yeah.
channel. So,
yeah. So
but anyways,
he's got to take a piss. I'm gonna go get Arby's.
Yeah.
Um,
Arby's, he's gonna get the meat. All right. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Come hang out with us, play some games with us. We would love to have you. Peace.